Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Liz and today I have a collaboration with Sandra from the Schwowins Nest. If you haven't checked her out, I'll have her link and her video link in the description box below. She makes the most gorgeous DIYs and home decor. I promise you guys will love her. So once you're done watching here, go ahead and click that link in my description box and head on over to Sandra's channel. We are both doing some spring DIYs today, so let's go ahead and jump right in. For this first DIY, I'm going to grab one of these grapevine wreaths from the Dollar Tree, one of these trash bins from the Dollar Tree. You want to make sure that you get the wired one like this. I'm going to take my wire cutters and I'm going to cut around until I can get a piece of this about as big as the backing of that grapevine wreath. I want to use this right behind my grapevine wreath, so I just cut out a piece of it and then I'm going to trace out the circle to get precisely the amount of this wire backing that I need, and then I will cut that out. Once I have it all cut out, I was going to use some hot glue to attach it, but that just wasn't working too well. So I just grabbed some twine and I am just going to loop it around the grapevine wreath and then through the wire backing through the holes, and that held it together perfectly. And then I'm going to grab some of these wood planks that you can get from the Dollar Tree. I grabbed 2 just because it wasn't as long as I needed it to be. I marked off where I needed to cut it, and then I just took my crafting knife and scored it a couple times on the front and the back until I could kind of wiggle it back and forth, and then it just snapped in 2, and that worked perfectly for me. Now to attach these together, I'm just going to take a couple popsicle sticks, use some hot glue, and attach them on the back. And then I'm going to go in with some white chalk paint from Rust-Oleum, and I am just going to give this one good coat of paint. After I have that all dry, I'm going to take my mineral color chalk paint from Waverly, and I'm going to use this ruler leveler to create some lines on that plank. I just used the ruler as a width guide between each line. And then once I've got all the lines drawn on there, I'm just going to slightly distress it, just using that same mineral color chalk paint with my brush, just doing a little bit of dry brushing. And then I will kind of go over that again with my white chalk paint. Now I cut this welcome decal out using my Cricut, and I am going to put this on my sign. Now you can use stickers or whatever you have on hand. I have my Cricut and my vinyl, and I feel like I have not used it in forever, so I wanted to break that out. I'm going to hot glue my welcome plaque down to my wreath. And then I'm going to take some lamb's ear that I got from Walmart. I'm going to slide those between the twine that's on there, and then I also use some wire to attach it to the wreath. And then I'm going to take this ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to use it to make a bow. So I just took one piece, folded it into a loop, and then I took another piece for the tails. I'm going to take my loop piece, put it on top of my tails that I have folded in half, take some twine and tie a knot on the back, and then I used the twine to wrap around the middle of the bow a couple times. Then I just tied another knot in the back to secure it all in place. And then to attach my bow to the wreath, I didn't want to hot glue it, so I just used that remaining twine, looped it through the wire and around the wreath, and then tied a double knot to keep that in place, dovetailed the ends of my bow, and that's it for this DIY.
You had me at hello, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.
You can ride all the blue. Starting now on my channel, every Monday, I want to do a little DIY shout out to all my subscribers out there. You guys have been tagging me and sending me messages of things that you have created. It's my absolute favorite to see your guys' projects, things that you guys are working on, things that maybe you're recreating of my projects here on YouTube. So every Monday, I am going to do a little shout out, and today's shout out is for Shannon Jenkins. She has been sending me the most gorgeous pieces, and she actually inspired me with this piece right here with the ribbon. I had the same exact ribbon and I hadn't used it yet, and when I saw her piece, I knew that I needed to use it in a project. So to be featured in my videos, tag me on Instagram or Facebook with all of your latest DIYs. If you don't have either of those, you're also welcome to email me at morevinyldecals@gmail.com with pictures of your creations. I'd love to share them with all my other subscribers. So tag me in your projects so that I can shout you out. For this next DIY, I am going to take these wood planks that I got from Hobby Lobby in a pack. I believe they're probably about 1x4s, I want to say, and I have 4 of them. Now with one of them, I drilled 3 large holes in the middle-ish. They weren't perfect, but they worked for this project. I am going to stain all of them using my Craftsmart stain in brown. And once I get those all stained and that's dry, I'm going to take some hot glue. This is actually hot glue wood glue that I get off of Amazon, so this is perfect for this kind of project. And I'm just going to make a box out of this. I'm going to put 1 plank on the bottom, and then I'm going to take 2 of those planks and butt them up to the sides of that bottom plank. And then I'm going to take my top plank with the 3 holes and I'm going to hot glue that technically to the top, but I just flipped it over for the purpose of gluing it together. So it's going to make a square. Now I'm going to take some florals and some greenery and I'm going to attach them all together using some twine. I did 3 bunches of flowers and greenery for the 3 holes in my wood piece, and I just go all the way down the stem with the twine and then all the way back up and tie a double knot. I cut off the excess, and then after that was done, I just inserted them right into the holes on the top of my box, cut off any extra of the stems that needed to be cut off, and that's it for this project. I think it's so simple but so farmhouse and springy and pretty, so I just love it.
I wanna do what you want to. We can leave and run away someday, someday. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need.
For this DIY, I'm going to grab this scrapbook paper that I got in a pack from Joann's, and then I'm going to take an 8x10 flat canvas from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to trace out this canvas on top of that scrapbook paper and cut that out. And then once I've got that cut out, I'm going to take a glue stick and just run that all along the canvas and apply the paper on top of the canvas. Now I'm going to grab this garland that I got from the Dollar Tree and I'm just going to pull off some of those eucalyptus leaves, and I want to hot glue this down into a wreath form on top of this little sign. So I just started hot gluing them all in the same direction, making sure to cover up the stems. Once that was all glued down and secure, I'm going to take some florals that I got from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to hot glue those down to the wreath as well. And then for a finishing touch, I'm going to make a twine bow, and I'm just going to wrap the twine around my fingers about 10 times. Then I'll take an excess piece of twine and wrap it around the middle of that, tying a double knot to make my bow. Then I'm just going to hot glue that down to my wreath as well, and that's it for this project. And that's it for today's video. Let me know what your favorite project was in the comments down below. Again, make sure that you check out Sandra's channel. Her links will be in the description box below. Let her know that I sent you. Don't forget to subscribe before you guys leave. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!